My name is Mpho Kabelo. In fact, both my name and my surname mean one thing: gift. Have you been in a situation where you feel binded, caged, trapped? You look around, you feel you can't make it. You try to loosen up, it feels so tight. Ultimately, you learn that the solution lies in your hands. I'm not talking about the physical rope tightening you up. Nope. I'm talking about your mindset. At one point, I was binded. Or perhaps I need to rephrase this and say, I chained myself. The reason why I say I chained myself is because there were so many opportunities at my disposal. I refused. Irrespective of how many times people said to me, you have the potential, go for it, I was always on the run. People would come to me and say, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I believe this is a saying that all of us are familiar with. I never wanted to see how far the tunnel is, let alone to go and try to see if there is indeed light at the end of the tunnel, because I believed I have failed. If you want to understand where I'm coming from with all this, did it start at a young age? Definitely yes. Because there were certain ways that were said to me, demeaning words. People gave up on me. And I looked at what people said to me and said to myself, I'm so and so's daughter. I have my limitations. I cannot go beyond this point. Life happened to me at the point where everything crashed right before my eyes. I was so shattered. I was always in disbelief, negative thought after negative thought, because I believed I was worth nothing. I would say to myself, you are not pretty enough to compete in 1, 2, 3. As I was in the midst of those storms and hurricanes, I would remember the words that were said the words that were said by people. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Here and there, I'll make some attempts. Some of the attempts that I'd made was to venture into entrepreneurship. All the time, I failed dismally because I wasn't in the right state of mind to think through things, to take my time. And I was racing against the biological clock. Constantly, my mind reminded me, time is ticking. Your friends have achieved 1, 2, 3. You have nothing. I wanted microwave successes because I wanted to compensate for the time that I have lost. I also wanted validation because I needed to achieve something quickly to validate myself. Amongst the people that I have in my circle, I thank my friends to this day. Amongst my friends, there's this woman, an elderly woman who is almost twice my age. She came to me and helped me to learn certain things. The good thing about me is that I'm a good listener. You call me for something, I'll come. Whether I agree with you or not, I'll come. And she'll help me to learn certain things as well as unlearn some of the things that I was conformed to. She told me, you need to accept. How do I accept failure, yet the biological clock is ticking? I did not want to agree with her. I'd go back to make some attempts. I'll come back to her. I failed. She was so patient with me. Some of the solutions that came about while I was in the middle of, I don't know who I was at the time, was to embark into personal development. I joined Toastmasters. Wow. That is one of the amazing things that to this day I always say to people, if Toastmasters was a man, I would have said yes. Because every day, there's not a day that passes by without me mentioning Toastmasters. I became more aware of who I am. One of the solutions that I did was to divorce from negative habits. I had to draw a line, negative habits, positive habits. Then I exercised the 21-90 rule that says, practice something every day for 21 days, it becomes a habit. You continue to practice it for 90 days, it becomes a lifestyle. Ultimately, you do it unconsciously. It becomes part of you now. I also went for gym because at some point, I wasn't eating properly. I lost so much weight. However, I developed a belly. It looks so funny on a small body. I went for gym, and the moment I saw results showing, and within 6 months, I looked at myself and said, wow, I have the potential. It means everything that I handle with my hands, I can actually make it. I also had to embark on an adventure. Embarking on an adventure gives you energy, your body, soul, and mind is energized, and ultimately it spills all over corners of your life. Embarking on an adventure, it will also motivate you to develop new skills, as well as improve some of the skills that you have. And it depends your gratitude. I implore you to try some of the things that I did. Perhaps they will assist you. Someone earlier spoke about dopamine. When you exercise, the hormone called dopamine is activated. It's one hormone that gives you pleasure. Once it's activated, you are happy, you are able to do anything, even the things that you could not do. And as I emerged, as I conquered, became the best version of myself, I learned the word grit. G, you need to have the guts, the boldness, the strength, the determination. You need to be able to overcome your fears. R, for resiliency. A lot of us here spoke about resiliency. Have the courage. Come back. All the time, make sure that you make a comeback. Recover and reinvigorate. Act like a rubber. Act like a rubber band. Stretch, don't break, come back to shape. Your I for integrity. Eyes on the ball. Focus. Have the drive, the commitment, the passion. And the T for tenacity. Persist, persevere, commit into everything that you are doing. And it's very common that a lot of us, I could resonate with what you were saying in terms of us coming across hurdles, storms. I believe everyone should go through this. No one is an exception. Once you go through the storms, they help you to build the resiliency. You become the best version of yourself. You become that person that you envisioned when you were still young. And today, this is not just any other day. This is the day where you should reclaim your power. Make sure that you become a different person from today onwards. Otherwise, you decide whether it's going to be pain for the rest of your life or it's going to be penny. What I'm saying about this is, are you going to be disgruntled for the rest of your life because of the situations that you are going through? Or are you going to turn it around and commercialize it? People will see you as this bold and strong person, and they'll come to you, Mpho, I want you to coach me. I want you to mentor me. And I write them a quotation. I write them a bill. This is how much you should pay me, because it doesn't come easy. So you decide, is it pain or penny? Thank you.